stream your music.
And I hope we can play this one here because it's a song about another city. And we're in Hillsboro, but Hillsboro is also not a big city, so I feel like this song can work too.
It kind of depends on the city.
Well, that's a good point. This song is about Winston-Salem.
Okay, that's an
live.
okay town.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song, there's songs about big cities, songs about small towns, but the mid-sized city gets overlooked, you know?
Yep. So we wanted to give the mid-sized
fill that
cities
gap.
everywhere a little bit of love.
Once upon a time, tobacco built this town, litigation knocked it down a notch or two. We got a high rise, it's filling up again, it's been half abandoned since the banks withdrew. Down on Trade Street was our favorite breakfast spot. Now it's a Cuban restaurant, we like the same. In the past 10 years we've had 8 rock and roll clubs, just not at once, but the crowd don't change. Don't take me out to sea when there's nothing left of me but ash and dust. Spread me around a mid-sized city, hanging on the edge of boom or bust. Well, I come from a mill town at the foothills of the pines, where if you try to climb, they'll drag you down. I come from the concrete of the Metroplex, where even at your best you're bound to drown. Well, no one talks about it, but there's somewhere in between. Whatever you wanna be, you decide. You can be a big star, everybody'll know your name, but if that ain't your game, there's room to hide. Don't take me out to sea when there's nothing left of me but ash and dust. Spread me around a mid-sized city, hanging on the edge of boom or bust. Well, the middle has a cost. If we don't fight, then it's all lost. We know just who we are and who we're not. We've lost battles before, but we won't lose the war here on the edge. We give 'em all we got. Don't take me out to sea when there's nothing left of me but ash and dust. Spread me around a mid-sized city, hanging on the edge of boom or bust. We'll be hanging on the edge of boom or bust.
Couldn't be happier live here in the studio talking about the boomer bus that I'm going to be on later.
Boomer bust. Oh, I wish I had my drum set here.
But actually, I'm I'm right on the cusp. I'm a cusp baby.
Yeah, you're a cusper. You're not a boomer.
Every year there's an article about 10 cities that are on the verge of exploding or falling into.
They always say boomer bust. That's
Boomer
what
bust.
they.
It's the title of
title.
New York Times, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal every year. And every year, Winston-Salem is on that list. It neither booms nor busts. It just keeps making
Have they seen property values in Winston-Salem? They have exploded
Well,
over
that
the
is
past
true.
year.
That is true.
Yeah, well, we were on the list, like right after we released the song, a new article came out. We were on the boomer bust list.
Yep.
So-
Yep. They heard our song. They didn't want to make liars out of us. So they're like, all right, got to put it on the list again.
Well, we've had a lot of acts come in, songwriters the last year or so, 2 years, who have hit the wall with their songwriting process. You're the opposite. You guys seem to be voracious in your output. And so how have you just had the sense of freedom, creative freedom, or what's been behind all this new work?
Jody.
Me?
Hey, Jody.
I was actually going to say for a while when the pandemic started, I just kind of had no motivation. I didn't want to do anything. And then I think we decided we were going to release an album. And so we had to force ourselves to start writing because we wanted to put new songs on there. We each had songs that we had written independently of each other before we were a band together. And although we did put a couple of those songs on there, that the plan was not to just take each of our separate songs and throw an album together. We wanted to have mostly songs that were co-written, and so
how does that happen working collaboratively? One of the two of you has sort of a concept or an idea that's been inspiration from inside or the world around you, and then you build up from there.
Yeah, it works a lot of different ways, actually. I mean, Jordan's usually got a guitar nearby or handy or just messing around on a guitar. And so he's just always kind of playing around, writing little melodies. And then we decide, okay, we're going to keep this and do something with it.
It's not how it works.
That
at
is
all.
true.
I come up with an idea, and then I lie on the couch and try to watch TV, and then Jody says, you have to finish that song you started.
Or,
and
or I'll be like texting him lyrics all day that as they
all
pop
day
into my
long.
head.
Like, it is, constantly push. And I'm so annoyed, but then when it gets done, if she hadn't done that, we wouldn't have anything.
You have no idea how many half-finished songs Jordan had.
That's a good thing to have, though.
I have
It's the
forced
best.
him
It
to
works out.
yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
So every
Personal
once in a
trainer.
while, something that was in the archives, you pull out and say, "Oh, I forgot I had this."
Yep.
Oh yeah, and we've got several. I just will record stuff on my my app. What's that called?
Yeah, memo recorder.
The memo recorder. And we had some song ideas, and we worked out like a verse or chorus or two before we left on our trip. And then we got back, and I was like, all right, we got to get back to this. Like, we've got to finish these songs because I like them. Every new song that you write becomes your favorite one that you've written, right? And you're like, oh, I love this song.
Until
I
you
gotta
play
finish
it live and there's dead silence.
Well,
after,
yeah,
and then-
that's
Well, you do make a point that David Crosby made about 20 years ago in an interview that I heard. That someone asked him, well, how do you write so many great songs? And he said, well, I write a pile of songs. And in fact, I write down everything. Everything I think, I write down. So that's your app. You're not writing it down, but I guess you're talking into it.
Yeah, talking
But,
into it or typing.
His
Or-
point was, and this might be more David Crosby's brain than anybody else, his point was, you're not going to remember it. You're
Absolutely.
totally not going to remember
That
it.
is so much truth. I have the same. I have a lot of voice memos because they happen when I'm running, driving, doing anything but sitting with a pen. And so those voice memos, if it weren't for technology, I'd forget a lot of stuff. We don't walk around with notebooks anymore.
Right.
Even if I had a notebook, I wouldn't remember a melody. Like, I
Oh, no.
have to record it or
Yeah.
it's gone.
True story.
Everybody, we are here with Couldn't Be Happiers. You can learn all about them and their adventures at couldn'tbehappiers.com, just like it sounds. But you don't need to do that because they're going to play another song for us right now.
Oh, that was a very lovely transition there.
I'm a
Very
professional.
smooth.
He's pretty
Yeah, I was going to
smooth.
say, it's like you've done this before.
And then later they're going to tell us about their how much sourdough they made over the pandemic.
It's up to you. Earthquake.
Oh, well, yeah, sure. We'll go out of order. We drove through a storm to get here, so we're going to sing about a different natural disaster now.
Early dawn, Jackson growls at something upsetting. Garbage truck, the wind, hell, it could be Armageddon. You wake up and ask, what the hell is that? It's nothing, my love, go back to bed. It's just my love, it's just my love. It goes, ooh-wee, ooh-ooh, ooh-wee, 2, 3, 4, ooh-wee, ooh-ooh, ooh-wee. Ceiling cracks, falling sheetrock, it'll be okay. China shatters, Mama Wanda's rolling in her grave. It's just my love for you, magnitude 9.2. Old Chuck Richter'd be amazing, oh so proud, he'd be so proud. I think, ooh-wee, ooh-ooh, ooh-wee, 2, 3, 4, ooh-wee, ooh-ooh, ooh-wee, ooh, ooh, ooh. Quietly I sneak outside, the whole damn street's been pulverized. Tears begin to well up in my eyes. You ask, why are you so sad? I thought that you'd be glad. I've been building a castle just for you. It's just for you.
For me?
Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, 2, 3, 4. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee,
One more time.
ooh-wee, ooh-wee, 2, 3, 4. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee,
Aren't they just the cutest things ever?
They're so happy.
Couldn't be happier that they're here.
So we talked about how these songs germinate and then the genesis of them. But then when you get sort of what you think is a complete work, then how do you figure out if it's finished or if other things need to happen?
That's a really good question. I don't know how we.
Well, Doug Davis does that.
Well, yeah, there's definitely times where we, like before we were working on our album, we would write a song and we would send it to Doug. Doug did all the recording and production for our album. And sometimes he'd be like, yeah, okay, you're good. And sometimes he'd be like, still needs some work.
I think a really good example is Mid-Sized City.
Yes.
We wrote that song about Winston-Salem and about a mid-sized city, and it didn't work. So instead, we needed to write about mid-sized cities using Winston-Salem as the we were trying to do too much, and we would have recorded it as it was. And it was Doug who was like, "Man, you're doing too much. It doesn't make sense. It's not cohesive." And he sends us back to work on it, and then we tighten up. So we have outside help.
So that's what a producer does, essentially.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
good.
I mean,
And it sounds like it's a collaborative venture and built on trust. And some producers go in and just take over the thing, say, no, this is the way it's going to be. But he sounds like he's sort of subtle with his suggestions. Say, why don't you,
yeah.
you know.
And I think for Doug, it's really important that we are us. Like, we are who we are. We sound the way we sound. And I don't think he tries to change the character of that at all. He just tries to refine it a little bit. And you know, we'd never really worked with a producer before, so I had no idea what it was going to be like. But he was just fabulous. I really enjoyed working with him. And just in case I haven't given him a shout out, it's Flytrap Productions, Winston-Salem. Doug Davis is his name.
And so you had 3 releases, the Butchie releases. And
Yes.
tell us about Butchie real briefly.
Butchie is my dad who died, it'll be 2 years in November of brain cancer. Very sudden, came on quick. And so he was our biggest fan. So no matter, I mean, when I was playing open mics at like 19 or 20, long before I was ready to be playing in front of anyone, he thought I was fantastic. And then he thought we were equally fantastic now. He was just that supportive. So
Well, he was right.
I appreciate it.
And we can get a hold of these releases electronically or also in hard copy CD form.
Yes, actually, and I feel terrible. I only grabbed 2, but I brought a couple CDs with me. Now, I just want to show you these because you're going to be super, super impressed.
Well, show the world because you are streaming live across the universe.
Okay.
And you folks watching the live stream, you're going to lose video for a few minutes because the battery is going dead. But
Oh, no.
stick with us because it'll be back. Wow, that is some high-tech stuff right there.
These are 100% artisanal, handmade,
Curated.
on a machine CDs. But there's only 50 of them, and we numbered them, and it has all 3 volumes.
Did you sign them?
We just numbered them, and we wrote "Couldn't Be Happier." So that's,
It's kinda like
guess it's
signing.
Kind of like signing. It is my handwriting.
Digital downloads are available also.
Yes.
Out on couldn'tbehappiers.com.
Nope, no digital downloads, just Spotify. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Apple.
iTunes.
Apple.
It's on
that's right,
iTunes.
that's right.
It's
All the-
everywhere. Yeah.
Yep.
But I just wanted to point out all 50 of these. Does any of this look like Jordan's handwriting? Just
I burned them
Curious.
all. I had to burn them all. I had to buy the CD burner and everything.
I
You know
don't
how
see
hard
any
it is?
evidence of that on the CDs, though.
I know.
Well,
I
right,
don't-
but you have to. But my testimony, right? I wouldn't lie to you.
We'll
on camera.
dust them for prints. How's that?
Okay, that's fair.
do.
That's fair.
How could you do that to me? I spent so much time pressing that little burn button.
Look out for that bus, brother. That bus is coming.
I'm telling you.
And he has a cataract in the eye that was closest to that CD burner thing
But
going
to
back
be
and
fair,
forth.
like he was throwing them in a pile, and I was taking them and like numbering them and putting them in cases.
It was so expensive to get prints
Yeah,
for
it is.
CDs that nobody is buying anymore, and so we give them away pretty much.
Well,
So, are your kids at home listening?
oh sure, of course, of course they are.
They're just calmly sitting on the couch with the the Victrola on,
Passing gas.
Yeah.
as they do.
I also have a little app where I can spy on them because
Oh.
that's how I am.
And
But I
shoot
can
treats
throw
at them.
treats at them too.
Kirk has one of those for his thermostat at the house.
Yeah,
Ah,
like
you
that.
can spy on your thermostat.
yeah, we just got a
Make
new.
sure it's not changing temperatures.
our
while
AC
you're
went
gone.
out this week. Excellent timing, and
Oh,
it was 16 years old, and now they have this thing. You can look at your thermostat from Hillsborough.
Can y'all play us some music?
Please.
And we might get the battery in the camera to last for one more song before I have to recharge it.
Ah, okay.
what am
We'll
I?
do
I didn't
Treehouse.
realize there was an order, so you tell me.
Okay, Treehouse. I mean, it doesn't have to be in order.
Okay.
It's only important if you.
And y'all watching the live stream, if the camera goes out, the audio is still there, which is the important part. I mean, they are super cute, but still.
Well, thank you, Bob.
This song is about how we have no survival skills. So if the zombie apocalypse comes, we're just gonna party. And
That's right.
Come hang out with Kim. She will take care of
We'll
you.
hang out with Kim.
Sweet.
Yep. Yep.
And you're
I
all
got
welcome.
you.
It's a plan.
Let's do this.
What you gonna do when the waters rise and the green of the land turns to ocean blue? What you gonna do when the waters rise?
Well, I'm gonna swim to you.
But what you gonna do when the swimming polar bears displace and then come for your hair?
Have no fear, I'll sing about you, my dear. They'll escort me to you.
What you gonna do when you get here?
Gonna take you to a dry mountain top with enough wood to make a couple of guitars and extra for your own stomp box.
You and I, hey, damn it, we'll survive. La da 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 da.
You're all welcome to.
What you gonna do on the mountaintop?
Gonna build you the finest bamboo frame.
But what you gonna do about the hurricanes?
Hey, let's throw a street parade.
What you gonna do about the bandits when they come for our stuff and to clean our clocks?
I'm not scared to them, I dare. I'll cut them down with a karate
Chop, 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 chop. You and I, hey, damn it, we'll survive. La da 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 da.
You're all welcome to.
What you gonna do when the waters rise and we gotta head off for higher ground?
We're gonna find the world's last brass band and second line out of town.
Well, let's find a sequoia in the clouds, build a spiral case to our own treehouse.
Hang a sign that says no oil and gas conglomerates allowed.
You and I, hey, damn it, we'll survive. La da 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 da. You're all welcome to. Here we go. When there's nowhere else to go, we'll go together. When there's no time left to live, we live forever. You and I, hey, damn it, we'll survive. La da 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 da. You and I, hey, damn it, we'll survive. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. You're all welcome to.
Yay. I'm having the best time. I hope you guys are too.
No, I always have fun when you all show up. And as you have grown, as far as people knowing who you are, and you've been around Winston-Salem for a while, how has your audience grown and changed? And what's that interaction like?
Well, that's been we've gotten some diehard fans, which is super cool.
Very
Like,
cool.
Whenever we play in the Triangle, we have a couple who
Doug and Susan.
Doug and Susan, and a couple who always come out to see us. I will say we've fallen short on that because I go through so many emotional issues with music all the time. Like, ask Jody. I mean, it depends on the week. I'm done. I'm never playing again. I'm over it. And then the next week, I'm like, we got to book more and we need to reach out and do more content. And so it's sort of this like schizophrenic, manic depressive approach to it, which drives Jody crazy. But I think it's sort of the cost of, being artistic in general seems to go with it. But
No, I'm not getting Jody as the crazy one.
no, it's, on balance, I think you're correct, Bob. I don't think anybody has ever thought of Jody as the crazy one. But we need to make a concerted effort and to do better. But it's been awesome. We've had some people who have really latched on and really follow us.
Well,
And
because you guys are great. You have a great following, and you play out live quite a bit. In fact, you've got another gig tomorrow.
That's right. Yes, we're going to be playing in Mount Airy at this really beautiful vineyard, Round Peak Vineyards. So it's just this gorgeous view of the mountains. And despite the heat, I think it's going to be a really beautiful day because it is covered and they got fans.
It's going to be
so-
cooler tomorrow, by the way.
And there's
Yeah.
always a breeze up in Mount Airy.
It's Mount Airy.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you can get wine slushies. So
Wait, what? Stop. That sounds delicious.
Yes, it is. They will even like mix two together for you if you just can't decide what flavor you want.
Sorry, I need to get in the car.
I happen to know that.
So what time is this gig at the Wine Slushy Factory?
It's from 5 to 8.
That's
So it's
that's
early
a
enough.
good long gig.
Yeah. Well, what we do is 3 sets, 3 45-minute sets.
So you take a break in between.
Yeah, and why a lot of people do the same thing, but for us it's really fun because during that break we can walk around and talk to people and find out who they are and what they're doing here and why they showed up to hear us, or maybe they were just there and we happened to be there.
And sell them a CD.
That's right. And actually, I think one of the best merch days we had was our first gig up there. We sold a bunch of T-shirts.
You know how you sell merch? You tell people to buy merch. And Jody and I are the worst
We're terrible.
sales. We're good at talking to people, but asking them for money is very difficult for us. We need if anybody out there wants to be that person
And
for
like,
us,
yeah.
and, like push, that'd be great. 'Cause
Well,
we
it
can't.
sounds like so many, you're not alone, by the way. It sounds like so many artists who come through that you want a booking agent, potentially a manager. So if anyone is listening and that's something that you do, then call them, get in touch so that they can focus on their art.
We've actually had some conversations with potential booking agents that we're not there yet, but we're moving. We're getting closer, I think. So.
Yeah, I think so, which would be wonderful. One of the things that makes us a little different is we still work full time. And, a lot of friends of ours don't. And during the pandemic, we were really grateful that we had day jobs, because we saw our friends suffering. But, we are always, we have some limitations. But the great thing is we can take time off if we need to travel or tour or do something like that. And
But I got in this thing about a year ago where I was like, we're only going to do listening room gigs. Like we got to use our time like efficiently.
Have you met Bill West? I'm sorry. No, go on.
But that wasn't working out because we weren't developing our fan base. We weren't building. You've got to play the
Yeah,
wine.
you do.
I mean, you can't not do it, and that was a lesson that was hard learned. But we missed like a season of booking because I had this idea of we were only going to do listening rooms, but there's not enough out there in the area, and it's just these are mistakes that I make based on emotional wins.
Well, listening rooms are fantastic, but as you point out, they're few and far between, and the consumers of music don't want to go to a listening room every night.
Yep.
They have other things that they want to be doing. They want food. They want a conversation with their friends or whatever. So you have to be in some environments that aren't just listening room environments.
And we practice. I mean, we live together. That's a great thing about being in a band with someone you're married to. But you got to practice live.
yeah,
Right?
you've got to
Because
practice live.
You've got to know how to bring the energy when the room is silent, even when you kill the song. And like, you don't get that if you're only doing, a listening room every 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah, the dogs love everything you do.
They do.
Well, you know what you have right here is a listening room.
I know y'all are great.
Y'all
Right
are
here.
a listener.
And so why don't you practice live some more?
Yeah. I was just going to make one complaint about listening rooms because I love them, but I don't ever get to bring a drum set to listening rooms. And so part of it for me is like, hey, I want to be able to like have my drums again. And because I stopped playing them for a while and now
You
I'm
need
back.
the cajon.
I
Yeah.
know. I know
Come on.
several people who participate in drum circles. who
Well,
would
I don't know about
Welcome
Shut
you
it.
in.
Shut it, Bob. Shut it.
But Kirk, with the cajon, she's got to bend over and it's harder to sing.
So I play
So
it with a kick. I
what's-
do play a cajon now,
Yeah.
but I play it with
Tell
I
us
play
the
it as my
solution.
kick.
Solution is to have a taller cajon. I don't know. That was a trick question.
You slap.
Yeah, just
be awesome.
put it on a stand or I don't know.
The other problem is one time we were in a listening room and people were talking and I accosted them and that got ugly.
That's
What?
never happened
I
before.
don't remember that.
I told them to
Man, that's a theme
take
this
it outside
week.
if they wanted to keep chatting and other people were trying to listen.
Again.
You're like, we're going to introduce you to someone after the show.
Yeah. And Jody
Yeah,
had
that's
to,
Jordan.
I mean, I had a vein about to pop. Anyways,
Got
by
to
the way,
tune it out. But
there-
it's Kim had asked about 10 minutes ago for some more music.
Sorry.
Was that only 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, only.
I'm enjoying watching
To all the
vein
booking
pop,
agents
if I'm
out there, I
being
swear you
honest.
can work with me.
We are never booking any married couples again.
Ever again.
No.
Okay. We're going to do a cover song because I want to flex our
You're
musical.
going to tell her what key it's in because every harp doesn't go with every song.
Yeah, we're just going to, we like to randomly pick and see if it works out.
Yeah, this one's in A.
Okay. I got.
He's a trickster.
He is a trickster, and I don't even have an A harp. So joke's on you.
And you call yourself a harpist.
I know. I don't.
If you want to talk, you can go outside. I'm in the middle of the set.
Hey, can I get a beer over here?
All right, here we go.
Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. Even you don't know by now. Ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe. It'll never do somehow. When your rooster crows at the break of dawn, look out your window and I'll be gone. You're the reason I'm traveling on. Oh, don't think twice, it's alright. Well, ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. The light I never know. Ain't no use in turning on your light, babe. I'm on the dark side of the road. Now I wish there was something you would do or say to try and make me change my mind and stay. We never did too much talking anyway. Don't think twice, it's alright. Ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, like you've never done before. Ain't no use in calling out my name, gal, I can't hear you anymore. Now I'm thinking and wondering, walking down the road. I want once loved a woman, a child I am told. But I gave her my heart, but she wanted my soul. Don't think twice, it's alright. Well, so long, honey babe, where I'm bound, I can't tell. But goodbye is too good a word, babe. So I'll just say fare thee well. Now I ain't saying you treated me unkind. You could have done better, but I don't mind. You just kinda wasting my precious time. Don't think twice, it's alright. Don't think twice, it's alright. Yay.
Thank you.
That's by an obscure songwriter that we really like and listen to.
Yeah, you've
called
probably not heard of him.
Bob Dylan.
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. That's what.
You
Yeah.
do covers that not everyone does. How do you decide to arrange them? Because your arrangements are not always what's expected either. So who does that? How do you collaborate on that?
We always do Carter. Well, since there's only generally one melody instrument and one percussion instrument, we do everything Carter style. So it's sort of like an old-time bluegrass where we play the melody notes. For the break, it's always the melody of the verse in a Carter style where I can keep strumming through it.
Okay.
That's always sort of the go-to arrangement.
Yeah, and we do that song and we do another Dylan song that I like. And usually it's we just listen to something and we're like, oh, we like that. How did we forget about that song? Let's cover it, you know?
Yeah, we talk about how we decide on harmonies and when to do that. I always want to do harmonies throughout the entire song.
Jordan is like, he wants to harmonize everything. And I'm like, like sometimes you need some build. Sometimes you needed to like go back and forth and then harmonize on the chorus and mix it up a little bit. But yeah, I think if it was up to Jordan, every line would be harmonized in some way or another.
I think there's something to be said for both sides of that equation.
Yeah,
I like the magic of harmony just coming in sometimes, but some songs lend themselves to just harmony.
But that's the
Yeah,
key. Like
that's true.
sometimes even if the song is like not a good song to harmonize with, I'm always trying to.
He's like, I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it, and then eventually Jody is right. Like most often, always.
No, that's sometimes I'm not, but it does take us a while, because sometimes we're writing, for the songs we write, we have to write harmonies. It's not like we can listen to an existing song and just copy what they do. So it is a process, and I think we've gotten much better at it than we used to be. But again, it's still a work in process, and we still try out different things and try to see what we like best. Again, voice memo, try something out, record it. Sometimes it sounds fabulous in your head, and then you listen back and you're like, oh my God, that's terrible.
That's like all of my voice memos.
That's why you shouldn't record voice memos. You should just go out and do it.
You should
Be like,
yeah.
You nailed it.
You should just make the crowd your guinea pigs, right? Yeah, I think that's a very viable plan there, Jordan.
I would, it made me think of something that could be fun. I'm going to present you with the challenge because I think you might do it.
Uh-oh.
I think it would be fun to hear you incorporate rap or hip hop lines into one of your songs.
Like a line that we sing, or you mean like a speaking kind of thing?
Like a speaking kind of thing.
That'd be great
like
if you
not
did.
Me, I can't.
like not too much.
Yeah.
I think you could do it because especially since you incorporate so much sound play in your songs with some of the various harmonizing and the onomatopoeias that you make. I think that you would do really well to do a little bit of rap play here and there in some of your songs.
I can totally hear that. That's a good call. I can hear one of you guys kind of singing a slow song and someone else kind of talking, rapping on the side.
Over it.
Yeah.
It's not that far from a lot of the songs that Jordan loves talky storytelling songs where we're basically just listening to 6 minutes of a guy tell a story with some music behind it.
With a rhythm.
Which is not my thing, but totally Jordan's thing. So,
Okay, next up by the Couldn't Be Happiers, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh,
Go.
I was gonna say that TLC song. Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, where
and then
left
she's
eye
like,
breaks
I
into-
called a rainbow yesterday. Then something,
Oh,
something.
see?
I don't know the rest of the words, but yeah.
But it came
yeah.
off her tongue pretty good to start.
I know that part. I called her.
And
I wanna hear
there's
Jody
your
rap
next
some
cover.
NWA. NWA, maybe
Gosh,
some Tupac.
So I would love to know all the songs where the lyrics I think are just so wrong. You know how
you
you
should rap the wrong lyrics.
rap the wrong lyrics. I think so. That's what we should do.
Like there's
We're
a
basically
bathroom
in
on the
comedy
right.
duo.
Here for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
There was someone put this out on social media last year. They said, put the lines down that you got wrong. And I can't remember the name of the songs, but for years, and I think this is okay to say on the radio, I mistook this line as douche. I did. And I forget what song is
That's
it?
Bruce Springsteen.
Okay, thank you.
Revved up like a deuce.
Yeah, that's it. And ever since
I thought that. What is?
yeah, it's
what
not
is it?
douche.
What
I
is
thought,
it?
Thought it was.
What's a deuce?
What?
Well, I mean,
what is the
what's
real?
revved up
What's
like
the
a
real
deuce?
word?
What am I, Bruce freaking Springsteen?
Everyone's looking at Bob.
You are Shazam. Come on.
Which reminds me of a cartoon I literally just saw today of two teenage girls sitting on the couch, and one of them looking at the other one and saying, "For Father's Day, what I'm going to allow Dad to do is have him explain a Bruce Springsteen song." To me.
There you have it.
I think that's appropriate.
Okay.
Mine was. There's a song. It was a female pop singer, and it was like a second that emotion. Do y'all know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I thought it was second daddy motion, second daddy moving. I don't know. I thought that was
Which is, you know
That's-
what?
that's
we
a whole
love
nother
and
song
accept
right
two
there.
daddies.
yeah.
We-
That's right. But I don't know. For so long, I thought those were the words. You want to confess anything
yeah,
embarrassing?
I had that Beatles one that I can't remember right now. That was horrible. That was
It's
really
even
bad.
worse if you've got a Beatles lyric wrong. You know.
Yeah. But I also called certain colognes musty when I meant musty.
He was like, he's like, oh, I like this cologne. It smells musty.
I mean, I only have a master's degree in English literature.
Who were we with? We were
With other people.
we were
which
with
was
other
not
people,
good.
and they all our neighbor Ken, and they were like, oh, everyone looked at him like, musty.
Like, yeah,
Why would you want to spell
musty,
musty?
like-
He's like musty, like manly. It's like,
not
yep,
it.
that's exactly what it means.
But where's the lie? Okay, anyway, can you save us and play a song?
Yes.
Because I know you won't get your lyrics wrong. I know that.
That is
That
the
is
most
not
inaccurate
true.
thing you've said all
That
day.
is not a good assumption.
We played a gig the other day where Jody got the line so wrong that
It was our CD release
oh yeah,
party.
CD release party.
CD release
And
party.
You said douche, didn't you?
Yeah, she did. She just started screaming out. What are we playing now? You tell me.
We're gonna play.
Oh, let's not bury the obvious.
That's not very the obvious. Yep. In A.
I told you. I knew there was an A coming
You
up.
knew a song in A was gonna come up. Yeah.
I wrote this song a long time ago, and I didn't finish it until Jody and I got together.
Well, I dig how you make me stutter just by saying hi. I dig how you make me blush by looking into my eyes. Oh, I dig the fool you turn me into.
Hey, baby, hold on. I'm sorry. It's out of tune, and it's going to drive me nuts.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I
can't-
thought it was a little off.
I was going to
just
say
go
something,
with it.
but you know,
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
It's all right.
flat guitar.
Yep. See, this is normally when I would like tell a joke during a set, but
This is when
I
you're
don't.
supposed to be rapping.
Oh yeah, I know. Sorry.
Do a little beatbox.
But I'm really bad at it right now. I have. It's really hard to do.
Oh, rapping
Like,
is a skill that
practice-
I mean, I hung out with spoken word poets for
Oh my gosh,
better part of my adult
that's
life.
just-
Man, I cannot rap my way out of a paper bag.
I'm
Last
worried
time
that
we
I won't be
played
able
here,
to.
Someone was doing spoken word poetry on the street, and they used the word defenestrate.
Oh yeah, because you loved that. You were like, "What a great word."
That's pretty terrific.
Which means to throw out a window. You ready?
Yeah. Take two.
Sorry about that. It's better, right?
Yes.
Sounded sour.
Well, I dig how you make me stutter just by saying hi. I dig how you make me blush by looking into my eyes. Oh, I dig the fool you turn me into. Let's not bury the obvious, I am digging you.
I dig how you drive me crazy, playing hard to get. I dig how I always lose, oh, I'm so pathetic. Yeah, I dig the tool you turn me into. Let's not bury the obvious, I am digging you. And I've got a shovel that won't break. On the day it does, I'll quit working this way, so I'll be forever digging you. Let's not bury the obvious, I am digging you.
You can tell Jordan wrote this next verse, okay? Just wait for it. Sorry, I talked over my cue. Well, I dig all of your adorable idiosyncrasies. I even dig the way you dig, making fun of me. Oh, I dig every little thing you do. Let's not bury the obvious, I am digging you. And I dig the way you love me even when I smell musty. Well, I dig how you got me second guessing everything. From my clothes to my cologne, babies and wedding rings. Oh, I dig who you've turned me into. Let's not bury the obvious, I am digging you. And I've got a shovel that won't break. On the day it does, I'll quit working this way, so I'll be forever digging you. Let's not bury the obvious, I am digging you. If I fall in this hole that I dug, please don't help me out, just cover me up, 'cause I've got nothing left to do. Nothing left if I cannot be digging you. And I've got a shovel that won't break. On the day it does, I'll quit working this way, so I'll be forever digging you. Let's not bury the obvious, I am digging you. Let's not bury the obvious, I'm so in love with you.
Yay. Couldn't be happier here, live on Pass the Hat. You guys are playing in Mount Pilot tomorrow.
Mount Airy.
Mount Airy.
It's the same
like
thing.
It's got Mount in it. It's basically the same
It's
thing.
Mount Pilot.
It's a
Everybody knows it's Mount Pilot.
Okay, Goober.
Man.
I'm Ange.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So what's coming up after that?
Actually, we were supposed to have a gig on the 25th, and the main band
Well, that's probably
wasn't
not
able to
helpful,
do
so
it.
why
But
did you pick
and I don't know. I just felt like I should explain why
Yeah.
we've got a gap in our schedule next weekend.
Yeah, it's like on the resume. where you have
Right,
to say why you weren't
exactly,
working.
exactly.
Rehab.
But we're doing okay. This isn't a gig, but it's a project I've been wanting to do for a long time, and we're doing a little live recording in a friend's studio on Sunday afternoon.
Fun.
So that'll be fun, and we're finally recording and releasing a cover song, which we've never done before, and
we're playing the Fair
I
in
have
Winston-Salem. We're playing at Junius Vineyards.
Junius is in July. I
But
think it's
check
July
us out on
18th.
Facebook or
You're
on our
playing
website.
what they used to call the Classic Fair, right? What do they call it now, though? Winston-Salem
The
Fair.
Carolina Classic, I think,
Carolina
is
Classic.
the name of it now.
And are they, because they used to do, I know that our state fair, they always used to have, like big bands. And now they've been very intentional about getting local music in. It sounds like they're doing that there as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Oh, I do
Actually,
too. I flocked to see those bands over the others.
we played there. We played the state fair last year.
It was
I
all
remember
The
that.
State Fair had great music last year, and you guys were part of it.
Thank you. Yeah, they had great stuff.
We should play the song where we got in trouble.
You got in trouble at the state fair?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Can I just explain?
Were you saying like we hate pork or something like that?
No,
Yeah,
no.
There's an anti-pork song.
So the email said it had to be radio friendly. So I took that to mean like you couldn't say words at the state fair that you couldn't say on the radio. But what I didn't know
We
was
could tell you what those words are, but we're on the radio.
right, exactly. But what I didn't know was they didn't just mean like radio friendly. They meant like family friendly. Like you can't talk about violence or drugs or alcohol abuse or anything like that.
What's
Well,
that?
how are
We're
the
like
kids going to learn?
we play country music.
Are there any other songs?
I mean, those are the best.
I mean,
ones.
nobody cut you off when you're singing Folsom Prison, and he's talking
Well,
about shooting a
I
man
know
down.
we
And
did
then
get to sing Folsom Prison.
this song. I mean, it's really pretty harmless. The guy robs a drug dealer. That's all that
Yeah,
happened.
He did the right
He
thing.
doesn't even kill the guy.
Well, he's also a criminal himself.
Oh, he also robs the evidence locker at a police station
Yeah,
for
yeah.
but not for drugs. He's a gambling addict.
So what they do to you?
You know, he was just like,
State fair jail.
They're like, nope, can't sing. You know,
So-
we finished the song though. He was very nice.
yeah,
he
but
just
it was
came and
impossible to play. The rest of the day, I'm like thinking a line ahead. If I need
oh
to sing,
yeah,
it's
we were like,
super hard to
and we would like
concentrate.
look at each other like, is the
Wow.
next
I do
line
that.
coming
Because
up? Okay.
I know
Oh my gosh.
plenty of songwriters who would have taken that as, oh, I'm taking the challenge now, and I'm seeing if I can, what I can do to get thrown out.
We tried really hard because we, you know, and had we known in advance that it was a little bit higher standard than before,
Yeah.
we would have planned our set lists. I mean, but after that, we were looking at our set list and we're like, oh crap, we can't sing we were just like marking stuff off, and then we're like, we're just gonna play the same 5 songs. So, what are we gonna do?
Well, like, and I get that we like play at the pleasure of the venue or whoever.
Of course.
And I think there was a time when I was younger where I've been like, oh no, I'm an artist. I'll sing what I want. But it's
F the state fair.
yeah, exactly. And why?
Yeah. So
That would not
okay,
be smart.
kids, listen to this, and here, kids, here's some fried butter. So,
Yeah.
like, how
exactly.
kind are we being to the children?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, come on. You're making fun of the fried butter. That's literally why you went to the state fair.
That is why I go.
Yeah, but she's right. I mean, there's, we're going to kill you with fat and sugar, and then also go listen to that gospel Christian band talk about
We
your soul
were
burning in eternal
near
hell.
the gospel tent.
Yeah.
Was it on a Sunday? I mean,
singing
so
it
maybe
here.
we were. Okay.
That's
can
when you
sing-
break into Eric Clapton's cocaine loudly.
She
I
don't
think
lie.
that was actually the word cocaine is probably what like triggered someone's ear that even made them pay attention to the
Yeah.
song.
Well, when you know, you know.
Congratulations, Peter, you got into college, saved up some money, now you gonna get the knowledge. Driving on down to your freshman dorm, got distracted by the riverboat in Shreveport. Cigarette smoke burned his eyes, he could still see himself getting rich overnight. Sat down bold, put it all in 21, walked in with 10K and walked out with none. Well, Pete never made it out of Louisiana. He forgot about college off in Atlanta, but he got a job down at the coffee shop selling mochas to hipsters and pastries to cops. 1 month he was running low on rent. He took 100 from the drawer when no one was looking, but see, he didn't feel bad 'cause he put it all back once he doubled down at casino blackjack. But he lost it all in under an hour, and he started having visions of a jailhouse shower. So he come up with a new machination involving a little break-in and entering. Just this once to himself he swore he'd retire once he put the cash back at work. Shortly after his first score, he went back to the riverboat looking for more. Peter's dad was a circus man, and his mama was a bearded magician. Grew up dancing on trapeze wires, bouncing in and out of rings of fire. Who would have thought the LABI would one day coin him Louisiana's Cajun Spider-Man? LABI is a Louisiana Bureau of Investigations. You probably could tell Peter got a bad habit. Every gambling fool knows that you gotta feed it. So to raise the funds, he did what he had to do. He robbed every business from here to Baton Rouge. Stole all the cash from the local salon. He rappelled them through the skylight, unhooked the alarm, contorted his body in half its size, hid in a laundry bin, robbed the motel blind. He needed more, he upped his game, and he stole from the kingpin who sold cocaine. Did cartwheels around laser beams on his way to the Monet at the museum. I don't know if Louisiana has a Monet or not, but
It does in this song.
But he didn't become a Cajun legend until he lost it all. And out of desperation, he stole a pound of heroin from the evidence locker at the police station. Peter's dad was a circus man, and his mama was a bearded magician. Grew up dancing on trapeze wires, bouncing in and out of rings of fire. Who would have thought the LABI would one day coin him Louisiana's Cajun Spider-Man? Well, his girlfriend noticed dirt under his nails in that
Musty.
Wait, which one is it?
Musty.
Yeah, now it's musty. Musty casino, cigarette smell. He falls asleep in the middle of date night. She got a sneaking suspicion that something ain't right. Well, it all clicked when she found cash in the drawer. She picked up her phone and made a police report. And then the LABI in full turtle gear used a battering ram but found nobody there. Peter's dad was a circus man, and his mama was a bearded magician. Grew up dancing on trapeze wires, bouncing in and out of rings of fire. Who would have thought the LABI would one day coin him Louisiana's Cajun Spider-Man? Well, if you wonder what happened to him, there's a traveling circus up around Lake Michigan. They got themselves a trapeze man. He looks a whole lot like the Cajun Spider-Man. That's the Cajun Spider-Man.
I would go to the state fair I'm going to request that song from the state fair this year. That's what's happening.
There's nothing wrong with that song. That is an appropriate family-centric song.
Pull up the petition.org. We'll make it happen.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Let's move on 'em.
I'm still waiting. I'm worried about that song, like, getting famous, because we're going to get, like, a cease and desist letter from Marvel or something that's like...
No, because really from NPR, because that's who I stole it from.
Yeah, but they're a news organization.
Yeah, that's true. It's a real guy, but he was in
All you have to do is show them your Sustainer mug, and they'll be like, oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
You paid your dues.
Yeah,
That's
we're
good.
good.
I have the T-shirt too.
Yeah, but you
You guys got mugs and T-shirts? I've got a 40-year-old tote bag.
Oh, so you're like true listener.
You must have given $1,000.
Yes. One time.
With inflation, yes.
Right, yeah.
Real quick, I want to say I wanted
Better say it fast,
Peter to go to jail, and Jody goes, leave him alone. And so he had to get away because Jody got invested in Peter.
it's like
Jody
a-
ain't wrong
That's
about
the kind
that.
of lawyer I want on my side.
Get him
Right
out,
there.
right?
Damn straight.
Speaking of being in a hurry, we've got a few more minutes, and if you guys got one more song, we can play it right now, or we can go to one of your playlist songs.
Let's do Restless.
That's
Yeah.
a good choice. You guys are making good choices
Clean
all
version.
night long.
Clean version.
No, this is the radio. Have fun.
Okay.
One more night feeling restless in Texas. I'm ready to move on with my life. 2:30, I got nothing to do except watch time tick-tock by Playboy. Take a chance, take a stand, two-ton telephone in my hand. She ain't answering, maybe she's gone. Maybe she wants me to leave her alone, 'cause my phone ain't ringing tonight. Can't seem to turn out the lights, and I am downright restless in Texas. Gonna drive around, I'm gonna find me a fight. It goes. Apathetically scrolling through the TV to softcore porn I've seen 8 times. Trying to write a song, it sounded all wrong. I think I might take a little drive, cause my phone ain't ringing tonight. Can't seem to turn out the lights, and I am downright restless in Texas. Gonna drive around, gonna find me a fight, alright. Well, 2 rednecks staring at me from a GT. I don't like the looks that I get. I'm about to get in a fight I can't win. Fuck it, I need a new pack of cigarettes, cause my phone ain't ringing tonight. Can't seem to turn out the lights, and I am downright restless in Texas. Gonna drive around, gonna find me a fight.
Woo! Got that in on time. I saw Bob's finger on the trigger. He was ready to cut it.
This live radio, man, you can say whatever you want to as long as you don't ask me for permission in advance.
Yeah.
You could do the whole George Carlin bit. And,
Yep.
You ask forgiveness, not permission.
I'm so
Exactly.
sorry to what is it? The
FCC.
FCC.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
It's time for us to say you have been listening to the Couldn't Be Happiers here on Pass the Hat. Pass the Hat, Best in Live Music Radio. Join us here next week for Lang Owen live in the studio, except Kim Lane will not be here because
It's a surprise.
she has more important things to do.
Oh, shut it.
Couldn't Be Happiers. We can find you guys online.
Couldn'tBeHappiers.com.
Instagram
Bam.
and Facebook.
All of the cool socials, website, and catch them in Mount Pilot tomorrow. Just get on their website and stalk them everywhere they're going because, boy, howdy, you know you want to. You just heard an hour of them playing, and you want to hear so much more.
Yep. Thank you for listening, and we will see you on the radio next week.
WHUP Hillsboro. Time is now 8 o'clock, and it's time for Vinyl Fetish, where we dig the crates and bring it straight to your living room, your iPod. Oh, no, you don't listen to iPods anymore. It's your iPhone, your car, computer, wherever you're at. That's where we're bringing it.